Mapleton, a quiet town of fewer than 6,000 people, was the kind of place where everyone knew each other's routines. That's why when Claire Jennings, a 34-year-old nurse at Mapleton Regional Hospital, didn't show up for her night shift on a rainy Thursday in October, alarms were raised almost immediately. Claire was known for her punctuality. She lived alone in a modest house on Oak Ridge Lane, a short drive from the hospital. Her colleagues called her phone, then her sister, and finally the police. Within 24 hours, flyers with her smiling face were posted on every lamppost in town. Investigators initially suspected a random act of violence. Claire's car was found abandoned near an old service road, driver's side door ajar, purse inside but no phone. The location was notorious for carjackings in the 1990s, though crime had since plummeted. Detectives leaned into the theory of a stranger abduction. Search teams combed the nearby woods, cadaver dogs sniffed the undergrowth, and helicopters swept the area with infrared. Nothing. But as days passed, the case began to shift. When detectives dug deeper into Claire's life, cracks began to appear in the image of the devoted nurse. Phone records revealed frequent late-night calls to a number registered to Deputy Mark Holloway, a married sheriff's deputy. Witnesses recalled seeing the two together at a diner outside of town. Worse, Claire's sister admitted that Claire had recently confessed she was done being someone's secret and was planning to end the relationship. She hinted she might go public if Holloway didn't leave his wife. That revelation changed everything. Holloway was brought in for questioning. He denied harming Claire but admitted to the affair. His story, that he last saw her 3 nights before the disappearance, was shaky at best. Pressure mounted. The town was desperate for answers and the sheriff's department was under fire. Prosecutors leaned heavily on circumstantial evidence. Holloway's motive, an affair that could ruin his marriage and career, his inconsistent alibi, and traces of Claire's perfume found in his truck. 6 weeks after Claire vanished, Holloway was arrested for her murder, though no body had been found. The community was divided. Half saw him as guilty, the other half believed the case was being rushed. Then came the dashcam footage. As Holloway's defense team prepared for trial, they reviewed every piece of evidence. Among the files was dashcam video from Holloway's patrol car on the night Claire disappeared. At first, it showed nothing unusual, just heavy rain and empty streets. But 2 hours into the recording, headlights appeared. The camera caught Claire's car turning off Oak Ridge Lane, followed closely by a different vehicle, a dark sedan that didn't belong to Holloway. Frame by frame, the defense team enhanced the footage. The plates matched a car owned by Dennis Carter, a 52-year-old maintenance worker at the hospital where Claire worked. Carter had a criminal history, harassment and stalking charges that had been quietly dismissed years earlier. Investigators confronted Carter. At first, he denied everything. But when presented with the dashcam evidence, his story unraveled. A search of his property revealed Claire's phone, hidden inside an old toolbox in his garage. Blood traces, later confirmed as hers, were found in the trunk of his car. Carter confessed. He had become obsessed with Claire after she showed him kindness at the hospital. When she rejected his advances, his obsession turned violent. He followed her home, intercepted her on the night she vanished, and killed her in a fit of rage. Claire's body was found buried in a shallow grave near a construction site where Carter had once worked. Her family finally had answers, though the grief was immeasurable. As for Holloway, he was released. The charges were dropped, but his life was shattered. His marriage collapsed, his career in law enforcement ended, and his reputation never recovered. He had been innocent of murder, but guilty of secrecy. Mapleton never forgot the case. For months, people debated how close they came to condemning the wrong man. Some blamed the investigators for tunnel vision, others blamed Holloway for living a double life that made him look guilty. In the end, one truth stood above the rest. Without the dashcam, an innocent man might have spent his life in prison while the real killer walked free.